3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome back to the EF5 podcast, the crossroads between logistics and life. And today, I like doing that. It's like the robot. Today, what we're going to talk about is pet peeves.
Right now.
So what are some pet peeves that you have?
That I have?
That you have.
Let's talk about what maybe some people have.
Okay. We'll broaden it a little bit. Sure.
I printed a list because I thought these were funny. Let's see what you think about smoking electric cigarettes.
Yeah, it is kind of a pet peeve, especially because at my age group too, it's like the common thing. It's like neither of them are particularly all that cool. I mean, if it helps you get off of actual cigarettes and you're lowering your nicotine levels down and stuff, sure, but it's not the case. Just not.
Oh, here's a good one for 2020 anyways. Don't cover your mouth when they cough.
Yeah, that is kind of annoying actually. These are all pet peeves that I don't think about, but when you mention them, they're like, oh my gosh, I hate them.
Oh, here's a good one for what we do. Redundant hashtags.
Yeah. I'll load up on it. Hey, sometimes you need the redundant hashtags, though, to get your outreach, though. That's the thing. That's the thing.
People who, woo!
That doesn't bug me outside of, a wrestling event. But,
How about just walked around when we go to lunch? Woo!
Yeah, but see, yeah, pretty much like any other time outside of, a wrestling. Yeah, like that. It's just ugh. That is true. I never thought about that.
That's great.
You get it a lot at baseball games.
Here's the odd one I didn't think about. Walking on the left side of the escalator or elevator. Like the sidewalk, the moving sidewalk or the escalator.
Right.
Walking on the left side.
Isn't that where you're supposed to walk?
No, it's everybody who's on the right side in the U.S.
Well, no,
Drive on the right side.
But I thought on the right side you're supposed to that's where
you
the
only
people
pass on the left.
I thought the people on the right were the ones that just sat there and waited.
Yeah, but what about the other people that are coming down that are on their right? Then all of a sudden you're on the left and you got this traffic jam.
On the moving escalators, though?
Yeah.
I thought normally they have them on two different sides. I thought. Did they not?
That's true. That is true.
I was about to say I thought they had them on both sides. I was trying to think about the last time I was at the airport. I was like,
yeah, that is true.
because I don't see them.
This is wrong. The internet is finally wrong.
But see, we don't have them in the Atlanta one, do we? I don't remember seeing the moving escalators in Atlanta.
Yeah, they are there.
Are they in there?
Yeah, that's when I lost my wallet, and then I got to the very top, and then I realized it was on the train that was at the bottom, and then I walked through security. And then I almost got tackled by TSA. You can't go there, sir. I'm like, I just came from there. What do you mean I can't go there? You got to have ID. Where's your ID? What do you? It's on the train.
Yeah.
Needless to say, that was a wild day.
Yep.
Let's see.
It's good they wouldn't let you in there, though. Safety.
Here's one for a pandemic play. Online stores that charge for shipping. I guess that's somebody's pet peeve. I don't know.
Man, I hate having to pay for it to get here.
Here's one that I'm becoming. Gluten-free fanatics. I'm more heading down the GMO-free.
I feel like a lot of people that are gluten-free, they're because they're allergic to gluten. I don't feel like anyone's making that lifestyle change to get away from gluten.
This one says, Subway pole huggers. It says it.
Yes. Not letting go.
Let's see.
It's going to be me this weekend. We're taking the subway.
Oh, my goodness.
Taking it to Chinatown.
When you can hear someone eating their cereal.
I don't know. That doesn't bug me. Does eating food stuff bug you a lot like that? It doesn't really bug me either.
Let's see.
Or chips or stuff like that. Doesn't really ever faze me.
This is a great politically incorrect one. When people call Latinos Spanish, most of us weren't born in Spain.
That is true, though. That is true, though.
I guess I'm maybe with my red face, I'm Irish somewhere.
I was about to say, I mean, people ever look at you and say Irish. But no, a lot of my friends say that. I'm like, I tell them, be like, yeah, my dad has red hair. They're like, oh, does he have Ireland in his blood? I'm like, dude, I have no idea. Like, why are you asking me that?
Just skimming through these. Adults who say yummy. Look, I don't know. Clapping at the end of a movie.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. You clap at the end of the movie?
No.
I don't clap at the end of a movie either. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a pet peeve. I just say it's kind of weird.
It's somebody's pet peeve somewhere.
Oh, they're kind of weird too, I guess.
This is good for the business crowd. Receiving emails from a colleague with my boss CC'd in. Here you go. People who say cool beans.
Cool beans is pretty. That is kind of weird.
Okay, I'm out of them.
What are some of your personal pet peeves?
Not being on time.
Yeah,
that's a huge one.
You know,
that's a huge one.
Let me tell you something. Okay, so for the 16 years we played baseball, right? We were always like 30 minutes early. That was on time, right? Well, see, the thing is, when you play competitive video games or video games competitively, right, it is the norm to just not be on time. Never. And it's a joke that, like, in our division, every scrimmage we play, it's on time at 15 minutes late. And if you're on time when you're 15 minutes late, and I'm like, dude, I'm like mentally prepped, ready to go, because I have like the 16 years of just beating in my head, show up early, and I'm there early every time, and it's like, ooh, that one sucks. And I guess that'll kind of lead into my pet peeve, which is just like having my time wasted. Like, if I'm waiting for something, then that's fine. But if you're just it's like canceling something that you were waiting for, right? It's like, I don't know. You tell me you want to go get lunch, I go there, and I'm like halfway there, and then you're like, no, never mind, I can't go. I'm like, well, now what do I do? Like, I'm not even all the way there where I want to go, and I was going because you wanted to go, and I didn't even maybe necessarily wanted to go, so now I just had 15 minutes gone, just like that. That one irritates me. And
then I guess another one that stands out is people who claim that they don't have enough time to do stuff.
Oh, yeah, because there's always enough time. Always enough time.
Just straight up say it wasn't that important.
I stopped saying it, too, and I started saying, I was like, I was just lazy. I just didn't do it. Cause, like,
and then that leads into my next one. Quit being friggin' lazy.
There you go. See? Perfect alley-oop right there, wasn't it? Just right up, and you hit him with the dunk.
But you see what I'm saying? They, like, go hand in hand. It's like, right. Okay, so then just don't even commit to whatever it is.
Oh, absolutely.
So absolutely. And then it develops into you wasted my time.
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy.
Absolutely.
What about you? You got any?
Shoot. I was trying to come up with some. I would say ads on, like, the car radios that have, like, noises in them.
I got a good one.
Like not necessarily like car horns, but like sirens, horns, screeching. Not so much the screeching like of the tires, but just any noise that I wouldn't have in my vehicle, or that would like be outside of the vehicle at the time. That really bugs me. It messes with me. That's why I like use Spotify all the time.
Well, these are two hand in hand. One, when somebody says boomer.
Well, you don't like boomer?
No.
You don't like that? Why? Because you relate to it too much?
No, because I think it's stupid. I'm like, come on. I don't walk around going, oh, that's X over there. Generation X.
Gen X things, man.
See?
That's funny.
And that leads into the normal things that boomers have problems with. Technology.
Oh, so
I
all
don't
the
need
that
an
you
upgrade every 3 months.
So all the problems that you have. That's what you're telling me.
I just want the old school button. That anytime you want to upgrade something, just let me stay old school. There's nothing wrong with old school sometimes.
I do miss the old button on the iPhone, though, the home button that you would press. I do miss that.
Like, just everything that worked. Like, when things work, we don't need an upgrade just because they work.
Dude, as much as I like my phone, I liked it also when it was half the size of my current one. What?
Yeah. When you bend down and talk like this, I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me over
No.
here? You're telling me? But like my phone, like I liked it better when it was half the size of it.
I like a big phone, so that doesn't.
I don't like a big phone. That bugs me. Pet peeve.
And then here's the most recent one. I think everybody has this pet peeve. It's just lack of care / customer service.
Oh.
Whenever you're giving somebody your money about a transaction, a service, a product.
Shoot, I'll never forget. I ordered a vinyl album off of Amazon, right? Back in April. So during like right after like the pandemic had started. So I kind of understand why like this kind of happened, but at the time I called, it was a month later. So I ordered it off of Amazon and it wasn't there in a month. In fact, I might have actually called 2 months later. So this was come June at this point. And I called and I was like, calling them to tell them I wanted to cancel it because they just never made it. They didn't have any call centers open. And it not only did they not have any call centers open, which is fine, pandemic thing, whatever. They didn't have it routed anywhere. They just said use the website, and that's your only hope. Goodbye. It's like, what?
To me, one of the worst customer service industries right now is your cellular technology, internet, however you want to box them in.
You know why? It's because there's no one else there to fight them. There's no one else to contend with them. You have the same four companies.
Monopoly?
Yeah, even. I mean, really, it's the Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T.
Hey, don't name any names.
Oh, my bad.
Because I can go off. I will say, without naming any names, there's one that does try very well.
You should name the one that tries really well.
Verizon.
Okay, there you go.
They actually act like they care, and you can get a body. Like, you can get somebody on the phone in less than probably 2 minutes.
That's normally pretty good.
But outside of that, they all stink besides that. Goodness.
I'm trying to think. I don't know how many, not that I've made many big business calls like that, but I can't name any time where I've been like impacted. Apple used to be pretty decent. I don't know if they're good now still, but Apple's used to be pretty good at the time, like while
I'm a
back.
newbie for Apple, so I've only been in the scene for a couple of years.
But
I did call on one time, and I did have that kind of interaction.
Yeah, it was a pretty fast, person-to-person thing. Really, Amazon's has been good for me too. Honestly, just that one time was like the bad instance I had, but I've had to call them I think 2 other different times, and they've been quick to the phone and helped me figure out what I was doing.
Look, I get things happen and all that, but I've had so many times like, you need a computer system, I can do this, we can get a call center, whatever it might happen, that technology can increase. And I got in not an argument, but a good discussion with one of our vendors that's very large company. And they were like, this technology is going to do this. I said, I don't want the technology. I want the relationship. Mm-hmm. I want the interaction. I want to be able to call you.
Right. You don't want it all streamlined.
No.
Because streamlining is good for when everything is 100% perfect and it'll always be that way. But especially like in the industry that we're in, it won't always be that way. And it relies so heavily on customer service and being able to talk to each other. So
even if you don't care, just act like you do.
Yeah. Hey, that's how I made half of my sales at Polo when I worked there.
Uh-oh.
Just at least act like I cared. There
What
was a lot
else
of people. There was a lot of people that didn't act like they cared. That's for sure.
You got any other pet peeves that stand out to you?
Nothing that stands out off of my mind, man. I think that comprehensive list had a couple on there.
Yeah.
The yummy one really stood out to me. The adults saying yummy. Yeah, that's kind of bugging me.
Is the show over?
The more I think about it, it's really bugging me.
Woo! Is the show over?
All right, like, comment, subscribe, share. I'm out. We out.
Woo!